Welcome to Dateline Schools, a presentation of St. Clair County RESA, with your host, Chris Troy.
In 1923, the Port Huron Junior College opened its doors to educate students who were looking for a post-high school education. 44 years later, that junior college took on the new name, the St. Clair County Community College, and ever since then, SC4 has been growing and improving opportunities for students all over the area. Joining us this week on Dateline Schools is the Senior Vice President of St. Clair County Community College, Dr. Pete Lacey. Pete, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Chris, for having me.
So, Pete, whether you know this or not, I'm actually an SC4 graduate, 1986. But I got to tell you, the campus has changed a lot since then, and you guys just do so much more than what used to be available way back then.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Proud to have you as an alum. That is something we hear often throughout our community. The college, with our 100th anniversary last year, it's just really made an impact on so many lives. Campus, as you alluded to, has really evolved in recent years. You know, our health science building update is just amazing. It's a model that even four-year schools visit to see. Our experience center, our Challenger Learning Center, college housing downtown, the field house, just a really great campus for people.
And those additions have really provided more opportunities for things. You mentioned the field house, the college basketball finals, and things like that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, the field house is just one of those amenities that we have on campus that brings people to the community, and that is certainly part of our goal. We've hosted the national championship for a couple years. This year, in March, we'll have the Michigan High School Association state quarterfinals in boys and girls basketball.
Wow, that's great. And you also have wheelchair basketball coming?
That is correct. We have our own wheelchair basketball team, the first community college in America, and really partnering with the University of Michigan and their program the last few years. We'll host that tournament again this fall.
Now, Pete, so many people might think that St. Clair County Community College, it's about college students, but you guys are really out in the community and providing all sorts of things, aren't you?
Yes, I'd point to even our fine arts theater. We always have concerts and events and activities going on. We got the Beatrice Thornton Art Show. So yes, between sports and art and other activities on campus, it's really a vibrant place.
Pete, with all the new things going on at SC4, one of the big things you can't miss it is when you're driving down 7th and you see that giant billboard with the astronaut on it. What is that all about?
Yeah, Chris, great question. We are the home of Michigan's only Challenger Learning Center, and so within that building there is actually a fully immersive space experience. Imagine being on a space shuttle and going to the moon or saving the Earth from a comet. We are engaging with all of our local schools and beyond to bring students there to learn about STEM education.
Well, it's interesting you bring up the STEM education because I know you have an event coming up soon that really focuses on that, don't you?
Yes, Saturday, March 9th is going to be an incredible day on campus. That is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and we are partnered with Michigan Tech University and their Mind Trekkers team. This is 100-plus hands-on experiences for students, families, all ages really, to come and learn about science. We also have Cranbrook Institute of Science, and the Reptarium will be there with live animals this year.
And this is something that's going to start probably, 8, 9 in the morning and go till how long?
Starts at 10 a.m., goes till 2 p.m., and again, this will be hands-on, fun activities for families, students of all ages.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. My next question is, who's available to come to this?
This is really open to anyone, Chris. We had nearly 4,000 attendees last year. We're anticipating a large crowd, but don't worry, there is plenty of space. We are spread out through 3 different buildings this year, and this is a chance for people to make their own ice cream, to see a liquid nitrogen explosion, to build a foam gnome, so something they can take with them, walk on water. They'll actually be able to do that there as one of the science experiments, see our Baja team outside, again, Cranbrook and the Reptarium there. It's going to be a lot of cool stuff to see.
Pete, why does St. Clair County Community College think STEM is so important?
You know, STEM is something that is it's the wave of the future. It's the wave of the now, quite frankly. We need more students that are interested in math and science to go into careers like engineering, the medical field, et cetera. And so we're just really proud to be a hub of that for our community.
Pete, STEM is one of those things that everything we do has involved. Tell me and the listeners some of the careers and things that really focus with STEM.
Yeah, great question again. Our careers at the college, about half of our students transfer, Chris. And so really, when you think of STEM, it's students going into chemistry, biology, physics, and really getting those classes to go on to become an engineer, to become a scientist at the next school. However, we also have a variety of career programs like our health sciences area. So if you want to go into rad tech or respiratory therapy, nursing, those are all careers that we have available in STEM, as well as our engineering tech area, which has a variety from welding to robotics, hydraulics, pneumatics, etc.
Well, that's important to remember because providing career opportunities, we have a lot of industry around in this area. So I'm sure the college trains these people who can step right into jobs, correct?
That is correct. I mean, when you go to a hospital or any medical place around here, we have our students there, as well as a lot of the business and industry with students that have learned robotics or welding, those types of skills, CAD, CAM, in order to help the industry in our community.
Now, I know also SC4 works with the Blue Water Middle College, and so I'm guessing that that's kind of, some of those programs are STEM related as well.
That is correct. So Blue Water Middle College in their 13th year already, so we're really serving literally hundreds of high school students in our community. And then the Career Tech Middle College is a lot of programs focused in those STEM areas, from computer science through that engineering tech, health sciences that I've mentioned.
Pete, I've got to imagine that StemFest just doesn't happen with a snap of a finger. There's got to be a lot of pre-work put into this. Can you tell me a little bit about how these things come together?
Yeah, StemFest is really a year-long planning experience for our campus. So a lot of great people that are involved in that. I'd like to thank our college president, Kurt Kramer, really a vision behind how do we get students involved in STEM. And then that partnership I've mentioned with Michigan Tech University, bringing their Mind Trekkers students, these are engineering students, who come to our community. They literally go coast to coast. So they'll be in California to Texas to New York. They make a stop in Port Huron, Michigan at SC4 in order to bring this hands-on science experiments to our community.
And that's pretty amazing to think about. Our small little Port Huron community really is on the country spotlight, isn't it, as far as education goes?
Yeah, 100 years of education. You think the first community college in America was opened in 1901. We opened in 1923. So pretty amazing to think we're the second oldest community college in the state of Michigan. But this community has embraced SC4 for 100 years, and we're really proud of just the history we've created and the future that's ahead of us.
And Pete, that is pretty amazing when you think about it. Over the last 100 years, how many people have used SC4 as a step to get their 4-year degree?
Absolutely. From our community alone, whether you're looking in the education industry, the teachers, healthcare providers, computer science folks, business owners, really top to bottom across this community. If you ask people if they've attended SC4, you're often going to hear a resounding yes.
So StemFest, where on the campus will that be located?
StemFest is going to be between 3 different buildings. So the Field House, the Clair E. McKenzie building, which is right across the street, and then our Fine Arts Theater is going to be the home of our SC4 experience of a planetarium, which is a new thing we're releasing that day to give people a glimpse into the universe.
Pete, I really want to once again thank you for taking your busy time to come down and talk to us about StemFest, March 9th at St. Clair County Community College. Pete, tell me about some of the exhibits that people will see when they come and attend this.
Chris, something new this year is going to be our SC4 Planetarium experience. And so this will be a chance for people to really see the stars, see the universe. And some of our faculty members, Professor Dr. Wilcox is going to be there, Joe Gibbons from our chemistry area. So really just a shout out to our faculty who do great things in our classrooms. And this will be a chance for the community to come in and learn from some of our professors as well in a really fun, unique kind of way.
We also mentioned a little bit when we were talking that Friends of the St. Clair River will have a presence there. Are there any other organizations that'll be there?
Well, the Friends of the St. Clair River is something that our college faculty and our campus really embrace the work that they do. We have a sturgeon that we're raising on campus. Students have named him Gil Nye this year, and so people will get a chance to see Gil Nye in action in his fish tank. And then, really just as far as other community organizations, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be bringing in that Michigan Tech University, bringing in Cranbrook, bringing in the Reptarium. So things that oftentimes our community residents may not get a chance to see or engage with, we're bringing those to campus.
Well, it's got to be great to watch the little ones see these experiments and the looks on their face and maybe light a spark that they may want to go into the sciences.
Yes, we expect the campus to be full of future scientists. Last year, we had so many students that come in with their astronaut T-shirts, NASA, like they really are just focused on becoming a scientist in the future, and we're glad to support that.
Well, Pete, I wouldn't be doing my job if it wasn't the last day of the week here to talk for me to ask you, is there anything else coming up to SC4 that we should know about? Could you let a little cat out of the bag?
Yeah. Well, I would say enrollment, obviously, as far as registration. So fall enrollment will start in April. Would really encourage listeners to look at that and get registered for classes this fall. Financial aid is ongoing, and really just exciting events. Check our event calendar, sc4.edu/events for arts, theater, athletics, and more.
Well, thanks again so much for taking your time to be with us. For Dateline Schools, I'm Chris Troy. Dateline Schools is a presentation of St. Clair County RESA.